Taipei to remove Gongguan Roundabout to improve traffic safety. Infant dies from Echo 11 Enterovirus complications in Taiwan. Taiwan lawmaker injured after scuffle in parliament. Protests continue in Turkey after arrest of Istanbul mayor. Meta considers charging for ad-free Facebook and Instagram in UK. DNA testing site 23andMe files for bankruptcy protection. Beijing woos global CEOs. Disney's Snow White film tops box office despite bad reviews.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It is Wednesday, March 26th. Live long and prosper day. And here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan's news, Taipei's Deputy Mayor Li Sichuan announced that Gongguan Roundabout will be removed and the underground tunnel filled in, following approval by Mayor Jiang Wan'an. This decision aims to reduce traffic accidents caused by high traffic flow and the complex intersection. A premature infant in northern Taiwan died last week from severe complications of Echo 11 enterovirus infection, marking the second fatality this year. Despite a decline in the epidemic, health officials warn of potential outbreaks due to low antibody levels in women of childbearing age. In a heated session of Taiwan's legislature, a scuffle broke out when DPP lawmaker Ke Jianming struck KMT lawmaker Xu Qiaoxing with his cane. She later posted medical certificate condemning the incident as workplace violence and questioning Ke's fitness as DPP leader. And in global news, Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has blamed opposition political party for provoking a movement of violence as protests in the country continues for a sixth night. Unrest began in Istanbul last Wednesday when the city's mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu, Erdogan's main presidential rival, was detained on corruption charges. Thousands of people gathered once again on Monday. The unrest escalated on Sunday night with protesters fired upon with tear gas and rubber bullets.
We are facing a big oppression, he's saying, and called his arrest on corruption and terror charges a political coup.
İmamoğlu said the allegations against him were politically motivated, a claim denied by Erdogan. Large numbers of riot police accompanied protesters around Istanbul's city hall on Monday night as crowds chanted and waved Turkish flags. Vehicles carrying water cannons were also seen nearby, though protests appeared to be largely peaceful, with no repeat of the fierce clashes seen on Sunday. In figures released before Monday evening's gatherings, the Turkish government said 1,133 people had been arrested since the protests began. Erdogan labeled the demonstrations evil and blamed opposition political parties for disturbing the peace of our citizens with provocations.
Facebook and Instagram owner Meta is considering a paid subscription in the UK that will remove adverts from its platform. Under the plan, people using the social media site could be asked to pay for an ad-free experience if they do not want their data to be tracked. This comes after the company agreed last week to stop targeting ads at a British woman following a protracted legal battle. Meta already offers ad-free subscription for Facebook and Instagram users in the EU, starting at €5.99 per month.
A spokesperson for the firm said the company was exploring the option of offering a similar service in the UK. They stated that the firm was engaging constructively with the UK data watchdog regarding the subscription service, following a consultation in 2024. The Information Commissioner's Office previously stated that it expected Meta to address data protection concerns before launching an ad-free subscription. Meta argues that personalized advertising allows its platforms to remain free at the point of access. Guidance issued by the regulator in January states that users must be presented with a genuine free choice. Social media platforms such as Meta heavily rely on ad revenues, which accounted for more than 96% of its revenue in its latest quarterly financial results.
Popular DNA testing firm 23andMe has filed for bankruptcy protection and announced that its co-founder and CEO, Anne Wojcicki, has resigned with immediate effect. The company will not attempt to sell itself under the supervision of a court. It plans to continue operating throughout the sale process that states that there are no changes to the way the company stores, manages, or protects customer data. 23andMe saliva-based test kits were once highly regarded by customers and investors who helped push the company's value as high as $6 billion.
The Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, the UK's data protection watchdog, said on Monday that it had notified the company of its intent to impose a £4.59 million fine over a 2023 data breach. The ICO stated that the findings were provisional, and Deputy Commissioner Stephen Bonner said the regulator was aware of the company's bankruptcy filing in the US and was monitoring the situation closely. Founded in 2006, the company went public in 2021 but has never turned a profit. In September, the firm settled a lawsuit alleging that it had failed to protect the privacy of nearly 7 million customers whose personal information was exposed in the 2023 breach.
According to a readout from the Ministry of Commerce, Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng has reassured foreign business leaders that Beijing will continue to open up its market and welcome more investment from multinational companies. He also discussed deepening economic and trade partnerships between the U.S. and China at a meeting on Sunday with top executives from Apple, Pfizer, MasterCard, Eli Lilly, and other multinational companies.
Enterprises are beneficiaries of globalization, therefore should be staunch defenders and promoters of globalization. The power of a single enterprise might be limited, but if we unite and band together like strands of a rope, we can form a powerful joint force.
Foreign CEOs, including Tim Cook of Apple, Cristiano Amon of Qualcomm, and Pascal Soriot of AstraZeneca, as well as visiting U.S. Senator Steve Daines, Armont, are in Beijing to attend the China Development Forum, which kicked off on Sunday. Beijing has been seeking to attract foreign investment as its economy grapples with sluggish domestic consumption and a prolonged real estate slump. At the opening of the two-day business forum, Chinese Premier Li Qiang said countries should open their markets in the face of growing economic fragmentation and urged entrepreneurs to be staunch defenders and promoters of globalization.
Disney's live-action version of the classic fairy tale Snow White has topped in North America's box office chart despite receiving a slew of underwhelming reviews. According to the Box Office Mojo, the movie earned an estimated $87.3 million globally during its opening weekend, with almost half of the figure coming from North America. However, this falls below expectations for a film that reportedly cost more than $270 million. The reimagining of the 1937 feature-length animation had seemed like a surefire hit before encountering a series of controversies ahead of its release.
The revamp of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs became a flashpoint for social and political divisions even before it reached cinemas worldwide. This included criticism of the casting of Rachel Zegler, who is of Colombian descent, as the heroine. Additionally, there was backlash over Zegler's pro-Palestinian comments and Israeli actress Gal Gadot's pro-Israel remarks. Gadot plays Snow White's stepmother, the Evil Queen. There is also an ongoing debate about whether the film should have featured dwarfs, either live or as computer-generated imagery, CGI. In China, Snow White ranked outside the top 5 movies in cinemas, earning less than $1 million in its first 3 days in a country of more than 1.4 billion people.
The answer for yesterday was B, controversial. The new policy on immigration is highly controversial and has sparked debates nationwide. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into today's news. Meta considers charging for ad-free Facebook and Instagram in UK. Number 1, protract, 延长拖延. The negotiations were protracted for months before an agreement was reached. Number 2, watchdog, 监督者. The government appointed a watchdog organization to monitor the use of public funds. Number 3, revenue, 收入. The company's revenue increased by 20% last year. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section, and the correct answer will be announced tomorrow. The concept of Live Long and Prosper Day comes out of the iconic Star Trek series. Spock made his first step into the hearts of television audience in the show's 1965 pilot. Leonard Nimoy, the legendary Spark, first used the Vulcan salute as a symbol of good wishes and prosperity in 1967. And that's all for today's Funday news. Be sure to tune into Funday news from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Wei Li, your host. I'll see you next time.